1998. What a year. The Good Friday Agreement leads to the IRA ceasefire, Robot Wars debuts on the telly, and Terry Pratchett publishes Carpe Jugulum. It was a brilliant time to be 14. Best of all, PC gaming was poised ready to launch into the stratosphere. Since my ultimate 1998 PC video a couple of years ago, I've learnt a few things, both from friendly, helpful YouTube comments and from continuing my own research into 90s PCs. I built my first PC in 1998, but I managed to avoid any troubles, probably because I couldn't afford very good components. I'm rebuilding my ultimate 1998 gaming PC with hardware changes and updates to make the build more accurate. If you're into old PCs, then press that like button and let's get to it. Sticking with the same Chyang Fun case, the internal parts which have stayed the same are the Soyo 6BA Plus 4 motherboard, a 440BX chipset board with 4 DIMM slots and an ISA port, which will come in useful later. I bought this slot 1 Pentium 2 from eBay, but after checking the serial number on the top, it turns out that it's a 700MHz Pentium 3. Anachronistic after all. This is a 1999 CPU, but I bought it in good faith expecting a 1998 Pentium 2. I'm filling all 4 DIMM slots with 512MB worth of PC 100 RAM. No point going any higher than this because Windows just starts playing up otherwise. I've got the usual CD-ROM, floppy and hard drives going in, nothing special. I'll go ahead and assemble these parts whilst I introduce the components which are changing. I was getting CMOS errors, so it struck me as good practice to replace the CMOS battery on the motherboard. The inception of this 1998 gaming PC was for it to straddle Windows 98 and DOS. Plenty of 90s PC games ran only in DOS, and even with Windows 98's wicked DOS support, there is a few games out there which require special attention to run properly. The PCI SoundBlaster Live sound card did not live up to expectations, so that's been chucked out and it's been replaced with a SoundBlaster AWE64 ISA card. DOS games often play up by not accessing PCI sound cards. Creative did invent the SB link, which helped the PCI bus look for the IO headers as if they were ISA, but frankly I don't understand enough about this technology, so buying an ISA sound card was the easy option. The gold version of the AWE64 nearly came out in 1998, but that card is stacked with hipster tax. I managed to pick up this AWE64 for a bargain just after building my original PC, so I reckon you can forgive the minor timeline discrepancy here. Once installed both in DOS and in Windows, the AWE64 is terrific both for DOS and for Windows gaming. I had completely forgotten how to install DOS drivers, which I was really gutted about, but I've brushed up on that and I'm pretty chuffed now with how the whole PC is working. I've pulled that old Riva TNT2 graphics card out of the machine. It was giving me false positives on my benchmarks as the graphics card is already a smidge better than my combined Voodoo 2s. So I've replaced the TNT2 with a Diamond Stealth 2, which is a very interesting card. I could have gone with the Matrox Millennium 2, the Diamond Viper 330, or a couple of other 2D cards which would have been considered ultimate in 1998. I chose the Diamond Stealth 2 because A, Diamond were brilliant, and B, the card is based on the elusive Intel i740 chipset, which made headlines in the late 90s for being the first 3D chipset designed specifically for AGP. The Diamond Stealth 2 supports OpenGL, but it only has 8 megs of SD RAM, so I'll be using it for 2D. I'll be using the incredible 12MB Voodoo 2 3D accelerators in SLI for 3D, using the Glide API. In the case of any games not supporting Glide, I can always fall back onto the Stealth 2 if needed. With this new graphics setup, I'm going to be rerunning those 1998 PC benchmarks, and I'll be running some in-game benchmarks too. Stay tuned for an all-new benchmark video and watch me stress test this machine to its absolute limit by playing games it was never intended to run. Cheers for watching. If you're into old PC games, then gingerly tap that like button. If you fancy seeing more retro PC content in the future, then please subscribe to The Game Show. Ta-da!